suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
Wolfman's got Nards!
Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. I decided to take a look at Orphan First Kill. Now, I haven't seen Orphan for years. I've obviously seen it, I've got it on Blu-ray, etc. But I'd not seen it for years. I know the main premise of Orphan. I know, spoiler alert for anyone who's not seen either of them, there's going to be spoilers in this one. However, yeah, spoiler alert, I know that Esther isn't a young girl, she's an older lady. She just looks like a younger girl with the condition that she's got. So I remember the basic premise of it, but what I decided to do, and I thought this would be fun to do, is watch Orphan First Kill first and then watch Orphan. So that's exactly what I've done, and I'm going to review the movies like that as well. So I just thought it'd be a fun spin on it to see how well the prequel merges with the original. When I watched the trailer for First Kill, I thought, oh, this looks terrible. It looked very cheap, very nasty, and it looks like just a kind of a cash grab for a movie that was really good back in the day. And because they made it look so cheap, I thought, what do they have to gain and what do they have to lose by making a movie, making a prequel to a film like this? The idea of making a prequel was good, but the idea of bringing back the original actress was very risky because the actress herself is 25 years old now, and she was only a young girl at the time when they made Orphan. And this is where my brain found it hard to function, because in Orphan she was playing a 9 or 10 year old girl, and she was a young girl at the time playing an adult acting as a young girl. But in Orphan First Kill, she is an adult that is reprising a role when she used to be a girl, and now she's an adult playing an adult acting as a girl. Trying to get your head wrapped around that was mind-blowing. However, surprisingly, it paid off. Isabella Fuhrman, who actually plays Esther in both movies, after 13 years break from playing her in Orphan, nothing's really changed. She fell back into that role perfectly. Obviously she does look older, and I think what they done really well was they used practical effects in this movie to make her look smaller than the rest of the cast. They used a young girl's body when she was facing away from the camera. Obviously when she was facing the camera up close, it was actually Isabella Fuhrman, and when she was standing next to the cast like Julia Stiles, everyone had to wear platform boots or moon boots to make them look taller. And I think that was a good use of practical effects instead of trying to superimpose her face onto a younger body. I don't think they had the budget for that, and to try and do that throughout the whole entire movie would be very off-putting. So props to everyone for coming up with that idea to keep it practical. This is a backstory for Esther after all, and I think they've done the character justice to give us that backstory that maybe we would have wanted to see from seeing Orphan in 2009. There was a twist in this film. Now, there was obviously a massive twist in Orphan from 2009 that she was an older girl, an older woman, but you can't replicate that because the genie's already out of the bottle. So when you do a prequel to a movie like that, what else can you do? You can leave out a twist, but they didn't. They gave us a small twist in the movie. It was a surprising twist to me, and a pleasantly surprising one as well, because the movie seemed like it wasn't going anywhere, not in a bad way, but it was just going in a simple direction that I would have accepted. But we find out that Julia Stiles killed her own daughter. I think part of that twist was, it was really heartbreaking, because you have this dad who is the only one who doesn't know that his original daughter, Esther, died at the hands of his wife and his kids. So he's lost his daughter, and he's obviously heartbroken, only to feel like he's got his daughter back again, and then find out that he's lost his daughter again. So he's kind of lost his daughter twice, whereas the mum and the son, they've never lost a daughter because they were the cause of their original daughter's death, and they knew that Esther herself, the new Esther, was an imposter. So I really felt for the dad in this one, and that's all thanks to the twist in the movie. So if you were going to do a twist in the film, I don't know what I would have done, but I think the twist that they went with was actually quite creative. I will talk about this when I do the Orphan review, but there was some nice tributes in First Kill to Orphan, kind of some semi-reasons for things that happen in Orphan. For example, There was a nice tribute to the piano playing. Like she can play the piano really well. She done the neon. Well, she didn't know about the neon paintings until First Kill for the prequel, so she was learning how to do neon paintings. She was at the Sarn Institute at the beginning of First Kill. The teeth that she got, the scarring that she had around her neck, that was all there in First Kill. So when you see all that, you're like, oh, I remember that from Orphan. I remember that from Orphan. And then there's obviously things that we learn in First Kill that she obviously learned for this movie, getting into the original in 2009. Overall, guys, I think we had a slow start to this film. And when I say a slow start, I don't mean it in a bad way. As soon as the film started, I was very intrigued because I was very skeptical about seeing this because it did look really bad from the trailers. And then when I started watching it, I thought, this is pretty good. And then when the twist came, I was like, okay, you've got my attention. And all the way through to the end of the movie, I was gripped from start to finish. So I think overall, I was pleasantly surprised to this prequel that we didn't need. But I only realised that I needed this prequel after it finished. And that is a very powerful message because the film was something that I wasn't expecting. The film was something I probably didn't want to see to begin with. But after I watched it, I'm glad I watched it because this was one of the most surprising films of the year. Not a perfect movie, not a fantastic movie, but it is really good and one that fits perfectly well with the original. There is talk about another Orphan sequel that will be coming out at some point. Don't know how they're going to do that because of what happened at the end of Orphan 2009, and we will talk about this again when I do the Orphan review. But there was talk in Orphan from 2009 for a family called the Sullivans. But obviously I watched this one first, so trying to remember the family that we're talking about in 2009, I thought it might have been the Albrights, which was in this film, but it was actually the Sullivans. So there might be a story of the Sullivans, or even an Estonian family, because they mention a family from Estonia who were killed in a fire as well. So many ways you can do a sequel, not a sequel to Orphan 2009, but a sequel to this, but also a prequel to Orphan 2009. So what we're thinking, guys, was it a worthwhile prequel? Do you think there was any point to this movie? Genuinely, I'm glad they did do a prequel, and I hope to see more sequels to the prequel in the future. But leave your comments down below, let me know what you think of it, and let me know if you think they should make more Orphans and make more Orphan movies in the future. As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.